Welcome back. The American Airlines Arena in Miami, Florida. Game 1 of the 2011 NBA Finals. And Dallas with the 1-point lead as we get set to start the third quarter. It's 44-43. And hi again, everyone. Good start to these finals. We had 9 lead changes, 6 ties, and defense dominating in the first half. And the way defense they play on Dirk Nowitzki is going to be critical in the series, obviously, for both teams, Jeff, and what you see in the first half with Nowitzki.
Well, they did do a good job, and he still managed to manufacture 13 points. But it wasn't because Miami didn't give the requisite amount of attention to Nowitzki.
And it's our Coors Light cold hard look.
You see, even when he attacks the closeout, the second help man is coming. This is a shot he can make. He just missed it. Then coming off a cross screen, they showed him a hard double team, which resulted in a jump ball situation. And then on the double team again, as he spins, Joel Anthony comes, but he still has the length and the ability as he fades to get off a clean look at the rim. That's just an incredible shot. And then with great ball movement, good closeout by Wade, but the length of the 7-footer knocks down the corner 3.
And Nowitzki getting some big help with his shooting, also from Jason Terry. And as you see, Nowitzki knocking down that 1 3-pointer as well. Meanwhile, for the Miami Heat, we know where their scoring options are. Chris Bosh leading the way of the big 3, Mark.
Well, the big 3 played a key factor. They're going to need help, but they did a good job of sustaining an offensive flow in that entire first half. You're talking about making plays for each other. Bosh off the post-up finds Wade. Well, Wade says thank you, finds LeBron James all by himself, and then James makes the play for Bosh. The big 3, 33 out of the 43 points at halftime. I did my math. That's 77% of the offense.
How did you get that number?
Got a little help.
From your friends. Isn't that a song?
Yes, it's a Beatles song, rather famous.
I like it.
All right, kid, we'll bring it up with Stevenson, Chandler, Marion, and Nowitzki. Good looking to post up Bibby again, out to Stevenson. Although Kidd, when he posts up, Jeff, he's really, as you said earlier, he's just looking to pass really off that.
No, he took 1 jump shot in the first half, but again, you got to make him beat you with that shot. He's such an exceptional passer. You have to understand what he's looking for.
Joel Anthony, short. Bosh nearly tips it in. Bosh has been excellent on tip-ins on offensive glass in these playoffs. Some critical ones as well. Stevenson inside to Chandler. Marion, that little push shot. Sean Marion gives Dallas a 3-point lead.
And I thought Marion was their best player in the first half. I thought he played exceptional because he created second shot opportunities, did a good job defending Wade.
Marion, another veteran who's played in conference finals, but this is first NBA finals. Bibby wide open, and again Bibby off the mark. He's 0 for 4, all 4 from downtown, and all 4 good looks.
And it's crucial for Mike Bibby to make shots. The reason why he's on the floor is because he's a knockdown shooter, but he is absolutely struggling.
And Nowitzki knocks a 2-pointer. The surprising thing too, because back when Bibby played on those Sacramento teams that went to the conference final, he was their clutch shooter.
Oh, this guy is a great shooter. That's shooting poorly for a long time now.
Meanwhile, Dallas has their largest lead. Jason Kidd, the rebound and quick outlet. Stevenson, who's also struggled with his shot. Not that time. Nails a 3-pointer. And the Mavericks come out strong here to begin this third quarter. A 7-0 run. They're up by 8. 7 of 15 from downtown.
And that's why I thought this team could score, because they do a great job of stretching the floor, spacing it on the offensive end. Stevenson all by himself, knocked down shots. But we understand what this guy is. Dirk Nowitzki, hand down, man down. Knocking down big shots. If you're Joel Anthony, you got to close to the body. Oh, there is a price to pay.
Well, with all of the great young players in the league, the Dallas Mavericks, 4 of their 5 starters over 30. They've had a lot of individual accolades. Now trying to get the one thing that's been missing, a championship. That's why there's subdued celebration after beating Oklahoma City, which didn't surprise Rick Carlisle.
The elation of getting to this point is, it doesn't feel like that. It felt like, hey, this is a step that we needed to take, and then now we've got one more step. We don't have a definite pecking order. It usually comes down to we need like 7 guys to score 4 points or more, instead of 4 guys combining for a certain number. And our bench has been a big part of of the success we've had to this point. And we have to function as a true team, to have the kind of success that we need to have.
Meanwhile, Dwayne Wade trying to spoil that success with back-to-back attacks in the basket, including a foul on that one on the chance for a 3-point play.
Good deflection by Bibby, and then good advance pass. One touches it from James back to Wade. Good finish. This is when Miami is devastating in transition. They're not a push it up the floor team on rebounds, but when you turn it over, they are absolutely devastating with numbers.
That's why it's so crucial. If you're going to beat this team, you got to take care of the basketball, because you give them opportunities to push the ball in transition. They have guys that can finish at the rim and put pressure on.
And I want to go back to what Rick Carlisle was saying, that they have no pecking order in Dallas. The great Jim Carrey's movie, Liar, Liar. Yes, they do. Dirk Nowitzki 1, Jason Terry number 2, everybody else 3.
Anthony right back up on Nowitzki, and again he just has the 2 fouls. They took one away as Bosch picks up the rebound. Another board for Bosch. James drives, deflected by Kidd. But it is true with Dallas. I mean, Nowitzki's won an MVP. Kidd, Stojakovic, Marion, they've all been all-NBA players. They've been all-stars. Jason Terry is 6th man. They've all had big money contracts. The one thing they don't have is a ring, and they've all sacrificed whatever's needed to get them back here in this position to play for a title. It's been a fun team to watch.
And an interesting substitution early by Rick Carlisle, taking out Deshaun Stevenson and inserting Barea.
Kidd and Barea playing together, which they do frequently. Nice pass, Nowitzki, and Sean Marion, who continues to play well. He now has 11 points, 7 boards, 3 assists.
He's had an outstanding night on both ends of the floor. Really had an impact on the boards and continuing to play solid defense.
Wade's jump shot won't go. Fight for the rebound. Joel Anthony comes up with it.
And Nowitzki's going to have to do a better job on the defensive board. He's just not rebounding defensively.
Bosch, the drive, got hit. Chandler. And if it's on Chandler, it's his 3rd. As Chris Bosch continues to play tough, he'll go to the line. A 3 on Chandler, bringing Haywood off the bench. It's been a nice benefit to have a backup such as Brendan Haywood. Haywood, who this summer was recruited by Pat Riley to come to Miami. Riley actually paid him a visit down to North Carolina in the offseason, trying to convince him to come. But he signed with Dallas thinking he was going to be the starting center. 2 days later, they acquired Tyson Chandler, and now you're a backup. Chandler loves it because he says he can be more aggressive defensively, knowing that if he gets in foul trouble, he's got another 7-footer right behind him.
Well, what does this league come to? I'm not going to see Brendan Haywood at his house to recruit him. I mean, come back to me, Coach Riley. Can I get an amen?
No, what? You don't think he deserves a visit? What, are you going to meet him halfway?
We got to meet halfway or something.
Meet me in Orlando?
He's not worthy of me.
No, that's not. He'll do anything to build a championship.
No, but one of the reasons Brendan Haywood stayed in Dallas, not only was the chance to, he thought, start, was to be really rich. But he got a huge contract.
Right. By the way, Louis Carnesecca must have driven 20 minutes to get to see you at your home, getting you to go to St. John's.
It worked, too.
No, he met him on the Utopia Parkway.
5-point lead for Dallas. Nowitzki. And Wade the rebound.
Oklahoma City's probably saying, I wish he would have missed some of those shots against us, because he is wide open on some of those.
James, nobody near him. Sets for three, puts it in. He's 2 for 2 from downtown. Both teams have now hit 7 from long distance. James hit that huge three-pointer against Chicago in the clinching Game 5. So did Wade, who had a 4-point play out of it. Nowitzki across the lane. That won't go. Marion tries to keep it alive.
Well, if I'm Rick Carlisle, I'm calling on Jason Terry because right now they're having an awfully tough time scoring on the offensive end.
Bosch drives. Can't finish. Nowitzki the rebound. Quick outlet.
Good individual defense by Brendan Haywood.
Nowitzki trying to draw contact. Gets the pass inside. And Haywood misses the dunk. Goes back up and gets whacked. Nice feed from Nowitzki. Chandler cheering on his backup.
And I know what Pat Riley is thinking. How did I ever get on that plane?
Oh, no.
But I know I'm joking about this, but give credit because going back to what you talked about, the accomplishment of these Dallas Mavericks players, you take a look at Tyson Chandler and Brendan Haywood. Both guys are starting centers, but understand whatever it takes. They support one another, whether they're in the game or on the bench, and they've been very effective for Mark Cuban and this Maverick team.
And also, when you talk about, like, Brendan Haywood, most teams, if you paid a guy starter salary, which Haywood got, they wouldn't then take on another starting center salary. You got to give Mark Cuban, and Mickey Harrison does the same thing here in Miami. They spend wisely, but they spend what it takes to try to compete at the highest level.
Haywood, meanwhile, last year, playing for Washington and Dallas, he averaged 9 points, 9 boards, 2 blocks. He was in the top 5 in shot blocking, 13th in rebounding, so a good solid player.
Oh, there's no question. He's a starting caliber center.
He didn't like being the backup earlier in the year. He's had some good moments in this postseason.
And he just made 2 free throws in a row, which is big.
Wade coming alive here in the third quarter.
Sure, that's a welcome sight for Eric Spoelstra and this Heat team. Wade's been struggling offensively.
Correa blocked by Bosch. A little bit of everything tonight from Chris Bosch, engaging the crowd.
Penetration by J.J. Barea. Chris Bosch says, get it out of here. Not on my watch.
9 to shoot. Marion. Oh, tough shot from Sean Marion. Former big-time scorer with the Phoenix Suns. Marion, who played parts of 2 seasons here in Miami, was traded from Phoenix to Miami in the deal that saw Shaq go to the Phoenix Suns. Haslam, way short.
And other than that first Game 2 in Chicago where he made some jump shots, his jump shot has not really been what it was pre-injury.
Marion, he's feeling it right now. Way off the mark that time. Haywood keeps it alive. Ball still loose. Haslam comes up with it. James Chalmers for 3. Haywood giving Dallas good minutes once again. Mavs by 4. Correa the drive. Can't finish. Pace has picked up here in this third period as we're under 5 minutes remaining. Wade, excellent defense from Jason Kidd. Wade the drives, foul. Haywood gave him a body block.
And if Haywood would have just stood there, it would have been a charge. Or it would have been a very difficult shot by Wade. He had great position on this pick and roll. And that may not be the best angle to see what he did. Here he comes.
Yeah, that's clearly a foul.
Clearly
just would have stayed there. You're right.
Now, if he sells the offensive foul by falling back, perfect example of his own strength being used against him.
Wade, meanwhile, after 0 for 3 from the line, hits one, and we listen to an Eric Spoelstra huddle.
Get into this game. This is going to be a grind. We're ready for it right now. I don't care if the shots are going in or not. Get into the grind. Let's gather ourselves and get into our game. Okay, come on.
There was a grind in the Philly series, a grind in the Boston series, in Chicago. The way this team has won and advanced.
And really tonight they've struggled from the free throw line, and in Chicago series they shot the ball exceptionally well from the free throw line.
Nice pass inside. Haywood fouled again. And this kid with a nice little lob. And Haywood, who was the worst free throw shooter in the NBA during the regular season, but is starting to hit some. As Jeff mentioned, he hit his last two. Actually, he had a coach from Washington, D.C. He flew into Dallas to have him work on it during the playoffs. Not that time, but during the regular season, it was brutal to watch. 36% from the line. Playoffs, as you see the numbers there, are a little bit better, but last several games much better. Well, so much for that.
No, but it's important that he makes enough so they don't have to take him off the floor.
And that's what he's been doing lately. Going up on 4 minutes remaining here in the third. 2-point game. Chalmers tries another three. And Haywood, the rebound. 6 boards in 9 minutes for Haywood.
And I thought Terry made a poor choice there coming to help.
Chalmers takes it away from Stojakovic. Wade. James thought about a three. Bosch fouled on the move. Stojakovic called for the personal. They're not in the penalty yet. Chandler's going to return. Score your Mavericks and Heat Conference champs and finals matchup gear now at NBAstore.com. Your official source for the largest selection in NBA gear, NBAstore.com. One store, every team.
If I'm the Heat right now, I'd play through Dwayne Wade. You just look at his body, much livelier and looking to be aggressive offensively.
Sean Marion, another rebound. Stojakovic, open three. Stojakovic, like Mike Bibby with Sacramento, great three-point shooter throughout his career, but right now he's in a little bit of a slump. 0 for 3, all from downtown.
And wide open.
Juwan Howard is back in with Haslam, and a travel call on Haslam. He's given him the energy and the hustle, but his rhythm is just not there yet. Tough when you haven't played since November, and all of a sudden you get thrown into the playoffs.
ESPN's presentation of the 2011.
Hey fans, the polls are open for tonight's finals player of the game vote presented by T-Mobile. Text the last name of your choice for player of the game to 38657 or Dunks from any wireless phone now. Voting closes at the end of the game.
I think there should be a 5-minute period after the game that you should be able to vote, because what if something great happens at the end of the game that decides it?
That's a great point. I know this is important to you.
It is. I want fairness and equality.
Nowitzki on the bench as Dallas turns it over. Meanwhile, Miami only 1 turnover here in this third quarter. Just 7 for the game. Dallas has 9. Haslam. Good feed once again from up top. LeBron James, his 5th assist, ties it up.
And a great screen by Juwan Howard, a very good screener in the pick and roll game.
Wow, Marion throws it way over the head of Stojakovic. Both these teams have shown through the playoffs they don't get rattled. They've had amazing comebacks. Both had just unbelievable comebacks in the conference finals. Dallas against Oklahoma City, and of course that Game 5 comeback. Miami against Chicago as the Heat turn it over there. Marion to Chandler. Chandler looked like he got hit as well, although the Heat fans wanted to travel, so nobody's happy.
The thing you love about this Mavericks team, turn the ball over, but they're not going to beat themselves. They're not going to be rattled.
Haslam double team. Great hustle from Chandler. Here comes Kidd. Terry a real spark in the first half off the bench. Chandler slow now, finally joins everybody down the other end. Marion has Chalmers on him. Oh, in and out. That one halfway down. James for three. Puts it in. Heat back up by one. Timeout, Dallas.
Needing a basket, it's James. LeBron James finding a way. Knockdown dagger three, giving the Heat the lead by one.
Good looks. Haslam gets inside. Lots of contact. Juwan Howard blocked by Chandler. Howard gets it back. One on the shot clock. Little whistle. And I believe a foul against Dallas. It was hard to hear the whistle. And Juwan Howard getting a huge ovation. Howard hasn't played a lot in these playoffs. Just 6 of the 15 games. You want to talk about a class act. Now in his 17th year in the league. It's his first year with Miami. He's played for 8 different NBA teams, 2 of them twice, so 10 stops. And he's missed the playoffs 11 of his 16 years. But Jeff, you coached him in Houston. He's one of your favorite players.
Yeah, very professional, high basketball IQ. You know, and he had a history, obviously being with the Fab Five, of a team that was disliked by many. And that won. And he's always the voice of reason in the locker room.
Well, he gave the Heat a lot of advice, talked to the players early, because the Fab Five, they were villains on the road, much like the Heat have been all season. Nowitzki across the lane, stripped and fouled. And Nowitzki, who's been to the line 4 times tonight, will go again.
Good patience by Nowitzki. Turns. That was clearly a foul. And this is what I don't understand about players. How do they argue where they whack a guy on his arm? What are they talking about?
Explain, Mark, please.
I never did that, so I don't know.
No, but I don't remember so many players arguing blatant calls that are so easily recognized.
Without helping your credibility, the Cry-Wolf syndrome as Nowitzki hits.
But getting back to what Coach talked about, I love the patience by Dirk Nowitzki on that post-up play. So the first 2 dribbles are dribbles not trying to score. They're reading the defense. When he recognizes that no help is coming, he goes into an attack mode.
Nowitzki continues his just incredible free throw shooting. He's now 6 for 6 in the game. He's taken 146 free throws in the playoffs. He's only missed 10. 93%. Final seconds of the third. James for 3. Bang! At the buzzer! He's 4 for 4 from downtown. Unlimited range, effortless range, and perfect timing. This presentation of the NBA Finals continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations. We head to the 4th quarter, game 1 of the Finals. Heat by 4.